Across the state of Nevada, the lives of more than 20,000 young people can be radically improved with the stroke of a pen. Young people who have never had the chance to obtain lawful immigration status are unable to work legally in this country, live in constant fear of deportation, and in many states are ineligible to receive driver's licenses. These young dreamers now qualify for a new process called Deferred Action, but the $465 filing fee is a major obstacle for many families. Gustavo, a young dreamer from Reno, shares a background with many of these young Americans.
Hello there, my name is Gustavo. I am from Mexico. Me and my mom came over here to the United States. It was going to be a 6-month stay, and it ended up being 13 years now.
After he graduated high school and received multiple college scholarships, Gustavo's family still couldn't afford to send him to college, so he worked a full-time job.
All the expenses came out of my pocket. I had to work my regular 8-hour shift, then go study at a Starbucks, and then go to school in the morning.
Jeanette, a volunteer with our program, shares her experience working with young dreamers.
Now that I have the opportunity to work with students who were born in Mexico, they can't do what I can do. And they have a lot of barriers that they have to constantly fight through.
Fortunately for students like Gustavo, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services has recently announced a new program called Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. This program allows young people without lawful status to obtain work authorization, protection from deportation, and in almost every state, a driver's license. Gustavo shares his experience as a beneficiary of Deferred Action.
3 days before my birthday, I get this little card with my picture, so I was stoked. I called my mom, I called my sister, I called everybody, my best friends. I got a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 job where I'm learning a lot more about business, which is ultimately what I wanted to learn. I got a driver's license now, which has changed everything, and it feels great. It feels like somebody took off some weight off my shoulders.
Gustavo was fortunate to be able to afford the $465 application fee for the new process.
To me, the $465, it was a no-brainer. It's a good investment. I know I want to get back as soon as I get my papers, get a better job, get a driver's license, move around, and have more freedom.
The application fee must be sent in one payment, which is not a realistic option for low-income families. Nationwide, about 1.76 million young immigrants are eligible for deferred action. In the state of Nevada, roughly 20,000 young immigrants need the protection and benefits of DACA, but less than 8,000 have applied. In our experience providing immigration services in northern Nevada, the filing fees are often the most significant barrier to students applying for this life-changing process.
You know, sometimes these families come and they're at their end, and when they hear that their child qualifies for DACA, it revives hope. But money's always an issue. And if we could eliminate the money factor, it would be so much easier, but it's not.
You now have the opportunity to open new doors for students in northern Nevada. 100% of your contribution will go directly towards helping out low-income families pay for deferred action filing fees. If you believe undocumented youth should be free to pursue their dreams, please make a donation to the Northern Nevada DACA Scholarship Fund.